I just saw Captain America Civil War. It was the best Marvel movie I've ever seen. Here, look, I got friends here. Andrew's family. A new friend of ours right here. Courtney, Tony, and more friends. We're gonna review Captain America Civil War on IMAX, the classic Chinese theater. Where before they only allowed Chinese people to come in here. Did you know that? It was only Chinese. No, that's not true, Tony. Oh yeah! Look at that crowd. Look at this crowd. Look at that crowd. We're so far from the screen.
Yeah,
we're gonna get a great view of everything.
And starring Chris Evans, Robert Downey Jr., Scarlett Johansson, and Sebastian Stan. For 89 years now, the TCL Chinese Theater IMAX has strived to bring you the best possible picture and sound presentation using the newest and most innovative in cinema technology. And that tradition continues with this screening of Civil War in IMAX with Laser 3D. You're about to experience unparalleled color, contrast, brightness, and 12-channel IMAX surround sound.
Just ended and the audience lost their shit the whole time. It was one of the best, it's probably the best Marvel movie I've ever seen. That movie was hands down the most exciting Marvel movie I've seen in a long time, and it's probably the best Marvel movie I've ever seen. Everything you've heard people say about why it's great, trust me, it is exactly as good as everyone makes it out to be. For start, I don't even, there's so much in this movie. It's like, where do you really begin with this film? What I love too is the concept of why they're having this fight. You know, you see that it's more than just logical reasons as to why they're having sides. You see like Tony's personal situation with this, and you see Captain America's personal involvement in this civil war that's forming. Beyond that, it's just an awesome adventure, and it's jam-packed with characters, but it's the first comic book movie I've seen where it's jam-packed with characters, and yet it all works perfectly. The characters are great. Everyone gets their equal opportunity to shine. Yes, it's still a Captain America film at the end of the day, but I'm just in shock. I'm so in shock by how I was so enthusiastic during this whole movie. I was so genuinely surprised by how excited I was the entire time I was watching this film. Like, yes, the action is without a doubt fucking incredible, and that airport scene that everyone keeps talking about was probably the best comic book fight I've ever seen in any of these movies. This movie overall takes a pretty serious tone, but it definitely doesn't lack in humor at all. The humor comes naturally. Like Age of Ultron, I kind of felt like the humor was a little forced. Here, it's like, it all just comes very much out of the characters' voices. This was the best performance I've seen of a lot of the Marvel characters ever. I mean, we got to see a much darker side to Tony Stark the whole time. Captain America, I thought this was the best portrayal of Cap we've ever gotten. I really like what they did with Bucky. Like, they took this character who's, you know, not exactly the most likable dude, and they've turned him into a character that I could really get on board for. And people have been complaining a little bit about the Marvel villains not being that great, even in this one, like the ultimate villain in this film. I liked what they did with him. I thought he was a villain with a personal motive, and I liked what his motives were, and I thought it was different than what we normally get. If you've been a Marvel fan, or if you still are iffy about the Marvel movies, this movie just nails it down perfectly to the point where each and every character in this film, there's so many of them, more than the Avengers, and yet it just felt like everyone really shined in this movie. One thing I really like too about the film is that it deals a lot with like brotherhood and themes of like, you know, family themes as well, and just it was, oh man, I'm kind of speechless right now. One thing I really like too is that the fight scenes they felt like there was purpose behind them. It felt like it was, every fight scene felt personal. Every fight scene it didn't feel like, oh, this is just cool to look at because the, you know, Marvel characters are here. It was always like a real strong reason for them to fight. Okay, now that I'm in the car, I could probably get my thoughts better together, organized. Nope. they're not. There's so much going on in this movie. There's so many plot twists. There's so many character turns. There's so many characters, yet everything is so like well balanced. Like the script was so damn good that you're able to like really just get on board and keep up with everything that's going on, even though there's so much happening. Scarlet Witch was great. I loved how they advanced her. I mean, Elizabeth Olsen still sounds like she's doing an American accent for most of it. I don't really hear the Russian side too much. I like what they did with Vision. They actually made him like funnier. I like Falcon a lot. I thought this was the best Falcon we've ever gotten. And the appearances that we saw, they were never shoehorned into the film. Like, it wasn't just like, oh, we gotta include this character now, you know, just because it's gonna look great for a trailer or something. And the trailers, we saw that Ant-Man's in here. Paul Rudd, I really thought did a fantastic job. What's great about these like characters they put in there is they seem necessary to the plot. They're more than just a fun treat for us to have. Like they actually advance the story forward more, and they set up, you know, other movies as well. I mean, yeah, we all saw in the trailer, we've been seeing how Spider-Man's in here, and Tom Holland, regardless of the fact that he only recognized Tyrone Magnus and not me when I met him, he still did a fantastic job. The audience just lost their shit over him, not just because he's Spider-Man, but because he's really, really good as Spider-Man. I'm excited to see his standalone movie. It was trippy seeing Spider-Man on the screen, honestly. Like, just to finally see him be part of the MCU was kind of surreal every time he was there, but damn was he good in like his delivery of all the lines, and the fight scenes, of course, of Spider-Man were great. They still managed to tell a Captain America story, but provide us with a huge ensemble piece as well. I mean, Hawkeye's great in it. Like, oh man, all I could keep saying is how great this film is, and it's hard to explain why it's so damn good without giving away stuff. Just know that it takes you on an adventure. It's got awesome action, some of the best action I've seen in any of these any comic book movie really. And it's from the same guys who did Winter Soldier, and Winter Soldier was a pretty serious film. I like that the script here was very serious, but I love how the humor really comes out of the characters. It doesn't come out of forcing in jokes. It was really cool what they did with Black Panther, because they actually gave him like a real story in this film. They gave him a real important character. He was more than just, you know, oh, it's cool to see Black Panther in his suit fighting and stuff. Like, you're on board for this really like rather serious dude the whole time. The trailers it felt like maybe they're revealing a little too much. And then when I was watching the movie, I was like, well, this scene in the trailer hasn't happened yet. But the film always managed to surprise me, even with scenes that I'm like, oh, like, okay, for example, that scene that we see in the trailer where Bucky and Cap are like fighting Iron Man. The whole purpose behind that, I can't give it away, but it was like, man, they made that fight really fucking personal, and it made it that much more intense. I just really like how personal everything felt. This was a very personal tale. This was beyond just some cool action adventure flick getting a bunch of heroes together. This was an essential ingredient. Man, wow, fucking Marvel, man. They know how to... So yeah, I mean, I know this review's like all over the place. I was so excited when I was watching the movie. Like, I was genuinely like very giddy during a lot of these sequences, because it was just such a fun time. And yeah, it's also like really gritty. It's probably the most violent one we've seen out of the MCU. Yet, like I said, it doesn't lose its sense of humor. It's just an awesome event. It's hands down one of the best comic book movies I've ever seen, and I'm just really in shock by just how much I love this film. I was expecting to like it. I was expecting to like it a lot. I wasn't expecting to be like, wow, that was better than the Avengers. Like, that was really fucking good. Kudos to you guys, and I'm excited for the Avengers Infinity War, for the Russo bros to do that. Anyway, guys, yeah, I'm probably going to be doing a spoiler talk with John sometime soon, and you can subscribe today. This was a little bit different. I just really wanted to talk about the movie immediately, and I guess this video's over. It's done. Cutting to black. That movie was so awesome. I can't stop thinking about it.